Hey guys, Brother Briar here, and I've got a couple reviews to do tonight. The first is a tobacco that Drum Piper 11 sent me. Adam, thank you very much, man. I believe this is tobacco review number 3 of the 6 that you sent me. 5 or 6 that you sent me, I should say. And tonight I'm going to be reviewing Shortcut to Mushrooms. It's a tobacco in the line of the Lord of the Rings series of tobaccos that you can get at justforhim.com. And I'm excited to try it. I haven't lit it up yet. I want to, but I wanted to share the first light with you because as I've mentioned before, I love that flavor when you first light up your pipe. The second review I'm going to be doing tonight is a review of the movie The Hobbit, which was released this past weekend. Now don't worry, I'm not going to give away any pertinent details or spoil anything for you. I just want to give you my general overview and opinion of it, and just let you know my thoughts on that. Saw that this afternoon with my wife, and looking forward to discussing that with you. But first, let's light up the pipe, and then let's discuss the movie. So, here we go. Just a forewarning, as I've mentioned in other videos. Excuse me, I'm trying to focus here. I don't have the most articulate palate when it comes to trying to describe flavors as I smoke different tobaccos. But this one reminds me a little bit like an English blend. I'm not sure if it is or if it's got some aromatic mixed in that as well, but it's got a good flavor to it. It's a nice smooth smoke, doesn't burn hot, and I think it's got a somewhat pleasant aroma to it. I think it's probably, if you're looking to transition to an English blend, this might be a good starter, actually, because it's not overly powerful like, say, a Dunhill 965. If you're familiar with that, maybe that was the first English you tried and you immediately went back to aromatics because it was too strong of an English blend. But I'm pretty sure this is an English. It's got that. Like I say, I have a hard time describing what an English blend or what anything really tastes like, but it's kind of a smoky, I can't really put a flavor to it. It's kind of a smoky, it's smooth, it smokes, it doesn't burn hot, it smokes very cool, and just pleasant to the palate and pleasant to the scent. The aroma is pleasant, I should say. So, review of Shortcut to Mushrooms. I like it, Adam. Thanks a lot for letting me try this. I would definitely buy some of this in bulk. Okay, so one review down, the next one is up, and that's The Hobbit. Like I say, I'm not going to give too many details about the movie. I'm not sure. Maybe you're like me and you haven't read all the books. Maybe you haven't read The Hobbit. So maybe you're not wanting to know what's in the movie. So I won't spoil the details for you. But I will say I love the movie. I will give it a 4 out of 5 stars. I won't give it 5 out of 5 because that's just You know, there's got to be some room for constructive criticism, and I think it was an overall very quality movie. It had a lot of elements of what makes up a good movie. It had a great plot. It had a great, obviously a great cast. A lot of the same people returned from the first movie, and you'll see that, or excuse me, from the trilogy, the Lord of the Rings trilogy, that came out over the past 10 years or so. The past 10 years, rather. So great cast, great plot. There was no swearing in it. I mean, some of you might not freak out about the swearing, but call me old-fashioned, but you don't have to have, you know, a ton of swearing to make a good movie. And this was the case for that. I mentioned that to my wife, actually. But didn't have to have that in there, so. And then also the action factor was in there. Now, as far as like character development, that was also in there, but I'm going to come back to that here in a second, discuss that in a little more detail. I think that's probably going to be my constructive criticism bit for the movie. Had plenty of twists to keep you hanging on the edge of your seat. And many of you know by now that there's going to be another 2 movies after this to continue the Hobbit plot line. So it transitions. I think it's going to transition to the next film that's going to be released. I think next year. I think it's going to transition really well. So it was a great movie. The plot was great, and the only really constructive criticism I have was the character development aspect of it. I didn't sense a lot of the same inner struggle like you did with the trilogy that was in the last movies that were done. The last 3 that were done. I'm hoping to see more of the inner struggle and the inner battle in each of the characters in the next 2 movies. I'm hoping that this movie was more kind of a foundational setting for each of the characters, so you can get to know their personalities a little bit, and then, you know, like they did in in the trilogy, go through and show the inner battles that each of the characters have. So again, like I say, I haven't read the book, and that seems like, you know, rule number 1 when you go see a movie like this, if you're a fan of them, to at least have read the movies. So probably not what's the word I'm trying to think, probably not giving myself don't have very much credentials to really critique the movie, because I know in the books you can have a lot more detail that, you know, the movie might leave out. But anyway, that's my 2 cents, is, you know, some more character development I want to see in the next 2 movies. So anyway, this video has already gone long enough, and I don't want to lose your attention in the future, so I'm going to try to keep it short, and wish you all a good week. So, quite fitting, a Lord of the Rings tobacco from justforhim.com. This tobacco shortcut to mushrooms. Excellent stuff, thanks Adam. And then also the movie review of The Hobbit. Those 2 fit very well together for this video topic. Have a great week, guys. God bless. See ya. Well, I did my review of The Hobbit, and I completely forgot one critical element, and that was the pipe smoking in it. Now, of course, in a pipe smoking community, in a review of that movie, how could you leave that out? That's kind of, I don't know, a no-brainer. So, anyway, sorry about that. There's plenty of pipe smoking in there for those of you that are excited to see that in a film, and I think you'll enjoy it. Thanks. We'll see you.